I was traveling the world from December to beginning of April. Yeah, I was gone for a long time, but I'm back
on the internet. This is a shrimp pate.
I was in the streets. I was in the streets, living life. Yeah. I'm originally from here, so it doesn't really like, oh my gosh, I'm in Jamaica. That's not the effect I have. I'm just like, oh, I'm home. You know what I'm saying? But really, I was born here, lived here for 7 years. Then I moved to America. I'm Americanized. I'm a very Americanized Jamaican. So please don't ask me to speak patois because I probably can't. Or if you want to get me upset, sure. But even then, I don't even know because I don't get upset quite often. So I probably really don't speak patois. Anyways, I'm currently here in Jamaica. I've been in Jamaica for like 2 weeks now. So I came here originally for my grandmother's funeral. Rest in peace, Ivy May.
At the family plot until we're ready to go. To lower the castic of our dear sister.
The best the woman ever been to the funeral over.
We buried her in our home plot, in our family plot in Trelawny, like on the 29th, I believe. So that was an event, and I didn't record any of those events because one, it was just too much stuff to carry. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Two, I just didn't feel comfortable pulling out a big camera at such a sensitive time for everybody. And 3, I'm not used to vlogging. And 4, I don't really have close relationships with my family, so I really didn't want them on my page. So anyways, so I'm here. Right now I'm in Spanish Town. I'm staying in Angels. Because if you know Spanish Town, you know it's not the safest place to be. But I'm staying in Angels, which is the safer side of Spanish Town. So yeah, I'm gonna be here for like wow. I don't want to. Would I be in Jamaica for 3 months? I'm leaving March. Right? It is. February 10th. Okay, I've been here since January 24th or 25th. I'm leaving March 22nd, hopefully. Not hopefully, because the only reason I'm going to be staying till March 22nd is because my friends are going to be here. We're linking up for a birthday trip, and I'm just like, well, I'm already here. It would be very expensive for me to go back to Texas and then fly back. I might as well just stay here. Especially with the exchange rate, yeah, I'm getting a decent bang for my buck. I might as well just stay here and save my breath. But yeah, I'm here. Let me zoom out. I'm all up in my face. Those are pigeons. We're not gonna talk about it. If you hear any footsteps behind, there's pigeons in the ceiling. Don't talk to me. It's not my home. But it's funny though. I like it. It's like a little quirky thing. Anyways, I don't know what to say. So I'm here. I don't have any particular thing planned while I'm here. Like I intend to move around a bit and like travel. So let me break it up. Let me be organized and thought for y'all. So basically, I've been here since January 25th. first week of my time being here was solely dedicated to just burying my grandmother. My mother was here with me. She left on February 4th, last week Saturday. So when my mother left, you know, this is my first week here without my mom. This first week I've just been handling like the foundational stuff of my life. So I'm a college student. Tax season, I've been doing that. I've been trying to gather all my stuff, especially because I didn't file for 2021, so I have to garner all that information. And because I'm in a foreign country and I have to contact American companies, and like they're just trying to like haggle me for like making sure I'm not scamming nobody or whatever. Anyways, so just been handling school stuff. I've been handling school stuff because Lord knows, if you're in college and you're dealing with the financial aid office, you know what I'm saying. It is a struggle, and I hate financial aid in every single institution. Swear to you, I'm not even gonna say the name of the school because I don't want to give them any accolades. So I've just been handling school stuff, I've been handling school stuff, my taxes, and I've also been like gathering information from people that I know who live here. About things to do while I'm here and where to stay. So I've kind of just been planning excursions. So my first week here really by myself is kind of dead. I haven't really even left the house. I'm staying at my friend's home. Thank you, Felicia. She's so beautiful and so kind. So yeah, so we're here. Well, I'm here. Next week, probably gonna start off slow, but probably gonna end with a big bang. I'm not gonna lie. I've been traveling since December, y'all. So like, I'm low-key like on a high with life right now. So excuse me if I sound very ditzy and stuff, because genuinely, I don't even feel the necessity to think, because life has just been unfolding. Nonetheless, though, I'm here. Let me show y'all my view, because I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to hear me talk. Y'all want to see what I'm seeing. So this is the bedroom I'm staying in. She has a big, beautiful home, and she gave me her room to just stay in. So I'm here. Look at the beautiful veranda. That's aka patio, but in Jamaica we call it veranda. And this door is one as well. And right now I'm kind of just watching anime. If you know, you know. Okay, I love this show. It's one of my favorite animes. Next to AOT, but we're not going to get into that conversation. So yeah, and this is all my luggage and stuff. I am a pro packer. I am a pro packer, y'all. You cannot outpack me. When I tell you I'm a very organized packer, I'm a very organized individual in thought and in practice. Very organized packer, like everything. I'm set up for success here. But yeah, I just came here to say hello because like I intended to make this intro like a long time ago, but honestly, time was just slipping, and I just wanted to live my life without a camera in front of my face. And especially again, I'm not used to being on camera. I'm very insecure about myself, and so being on camera is really awkward for me. Yeah, so while I'm here, I'm basically gonna be, I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. I don't have an itinerary yet. I do have one thing planned. Nothing else really, just one event, one whole day event that I'll take y'all on for, but that's it. And but I'm gonna have more things planned out by Wednesday of next week. We should have a whole thing planned up. But yeah, it's pretty much what's happening. And yeah, I'm gonna vlog with the intention to not look perfect, not be perfect. I know some people are looking for the whole Miss Beauty, makeup done, lashes done, hair done. And don't get it twisted. My hair is plaited for a reason, because when I get done up, insert photos. But I don't know, like I'm not finna put on a show. I'm just kind of here for information purposes and whatever else, and I'm new to this, so yeah.
Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 vibration, yeah. That's the positive vibes and we creating, yeah. The sounds that make you feel right, we keep it blazing, yeah. Forever shining this light, we keep it blazing, yeah. Boy, forever shining this light. Hey, thank the Lord, my cup is full and running over. All who never like we, I got love we know. Baby girl just text me, say she coming home, yeah. And when she reach, you want me fit turn off the phone. Turn the lights down low, turn up the stereo, yeah. Alton Ellis, Gregory, eyes at Dennis Brown. Have you ever been in love? No bad vibes can't stop this good vibration, yeah. That's the positive vibe we keep creating, yeah. Sounds that make you feel right, we keep it blazing, yeah.
Introduce yourself. Who
I'm
you
Jody, guys. Which way you put it, Brent?
Where?
Which way you put it?
On the internet.
No!
On the internet.
Look here. Guys, wanna know, whoever know me, wanna know how much thing. I didn't do my ear. So I have to put out the disclaimers. Because she said she'd be putting it on the internet. Anyway, it was fun. Sand is smooth.
No,
oh my
it's
goodness.
smooth.
Like
Jesus.
you're walking and it doesn't even feel like brown, right? And the sand is so refined, you know. So it was good. We never stopped to eat here, so we're going to another location where we're gonna just have food there. And for all of my Jamaican people in here, we're gonna have food at the next place. Because I don't want to talk about patois, so yes.
She know how to feed into the camera better than me because the candidate is. Go on. Go on.
Yeah, and we have plugs here. I think this is really nice that they actually, you know,
plugs
thought
here.
about putting plugs
And they have
here.
showers over here.
Yeah.
And then past the whole thing is the beach and everything.
Yeah, so they have plugs here so you can just sit down. Right now I'm just sun drying because I'm not gonna change to go back on the bus. Like your home girl never bring the extra clothes, yeah? So we have to just yard it out. Yeah, but I'm gonna charge my phone now before I talk this whole thing out and not remember. But yeah. So see guys, I'm going to confirm if it actually works. Because sometimes I know Jamaican people say them just put up the things for style. Oh yeah girl, look, it's charging. It's charging. Right, so we can let it charge.
That's the positive vibe we keep creating, yeah. Sounds that make you feel right, we keep it blazing, yeah. As long as we live in this life, we keep it blazing, yeah. As long as we live in this life, yeah. Nothing wrong with melodies that touch your soul, no. They're acting like the people don't need it no more. Still when she hear that good music, she hold me closer. She groovy now, I know she feeling it for sure. She moved to me and rest her head up on my shoulder. Soothingly she tell me if it turn up the sound. Have you ever been in love? Now bad vibes can't stop this good vibration, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the positive vibes and we creating, yeah. Sounds that make you feel right, we keep it blazing, yeah. Forever shining this light, we keep it blazing, blazing. Forever shining this light, oh yeah.
Everything on this table is 10 out of 10. Talk about rum barbecue rings, the Cajun shrimp pasta. I don't know what that is, man. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's so good.
Okay, hi guys. I'm about to head to KFC because I'm hungry as fuck. So, I look crazy. Look at my friend's house, y'all. Not all of it, but ain't it so cute? And she gave me her Audi. Found out that I can get right. I feel weird having the camera out, but okay. Now, I've never driven in Jamaica before until this trip. So, this isn't my first time driving her car. Like, this is probably like my third or fourth. But I was never trained to drive on the left side of the road. Okay? Shit, I'm not gonna keep the... Okay. Yeah, I was never trained to drive on the left side of the road. But it's, you know, it's pretty easy, and especially considering that I'm only going around the corner, I ain't gonna be tripping. But definitely, like, the only thing about traveling to Jamaica that I think may confuse, sorry, hold up. The only thing about traveling to Jamaica that may confuse some like foreigners and stuff like that is kind of like how to get around, or maybe it's just me, because I don't tell y'all what's happening. So basically, I am leaving her house like basically next week. I've been here since January 24th. So I've been at her house for a month, and that's a lot of time. So we're gonna leave. And I am going to experience the east end of Jamaica. So the east, well, not the east end, but like the east side of the country. And the east side of the country is like Portland and Kingston and Spanish Town and so on and so forth. So right now I'm in Spanish Town, and I was only in Spanish Town because she's my homegirl. I wanted to stay. What's up? You know? But now I'm going to make my way towards the further east, so Portland, or northeast Portland. And I found a really good hotel that really matches the vibe that I'm going for. And I'll explain to you, and I'll break it down later, like what I intend on doing. Like, because I'm not trying to experience the same thing in every parish, because every parish in Jamaica has something to offer. And I'm really not trying to reduce my experience to exclusive luxury hotels. You get me? Because Jamaica, like, realistically, on a citizen level and an everyday living level, it is not a luxurious place. You can make it luxurious, of course, but locals, them really local. They're not living in hotels. They're not living in like 5-star homes. And I'm a really good hotel in Portland that I really want to stay at. I'm just trying to solidify the dates that I want to go, but I'm going to that hotel. It's literally the vibe and everything that I want, and it's close to Boston Beach, and it's close to Frenchman's Cove and so on and so forth. And even though I'm not a good swimmer, I'm going. And again, I'm doing this by myself. Ain't nobody else with me. I've been traveling solo for a couple months now, and I've done a really bad job of documenting this journey because I've been living in the moment so much. And I'm not, you know what, I'm not even gonna apologize for not showing y'all things. I know, yes, it would be profitable for me to show y'all stuff up close and personal, but at the same time, I'm also living my life. And whatever you get to see is whatever you get to see, unfortunately. Like with my trip to South Africa, I didn't give myself an opportunity to film each hotel that I stayed at. Like, I didn't film the Houghton Hotel. I didn't film Palantinsburg, and I don't think I filmed Cape Town, but we'll see whatever footage I have from South Africa. But the same thing applies for me in Jamaica, like, and the same thing applied for me when I was in Amsterdam right after Africa. Like, I'm not in the mood to like document this, that, and that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm living my life, I'm living in the moment, and I don't want to be shoving a big piece of camera in everyone's face, because at the end of the day, I want to have one-on-one experiences with the people that I meet out here, and I just don't feel comfortable shoving a camera in everyone's face, if I'm being quite honest. But that also may be my social anxiety as well. But we are getting ready to drive off to go to KFC right now, and I'll break down everywhere that I plan to stay in my time in Jamaica. And I'm also, okay, I've been in Jamaica from January 24th, January 25th, I believe, and I'm not leaving until like end of March, so probably like March 26th. There's a thing that I kind of want to do, I want to go camping out here, and an opportunity has arose for me to go camping out here. But I have to consider that like I'm low-key going back and forth between both ends of the island. So do keep in mind though that finding transportation to actually do that drive with you, I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty hard. So at least I've been having issues with it, or I haven't been trying hard enough to find transportation to do that for me. But luckily my girl, she been driving us around, but I'm not gonna have her in the beginning of March. And I actually made a friend on Bumble here, and he actually sent me a whole bunch of recommendations for like transportation. So I may do that. Especially, it's always good to go the local way because you'll get the best rates, because we're foreigners, they're gonna overcharge it. Yeah, so we're right in front of the wow, this is all up in my face, bro. Let me wipe the lens off too. But we're right by the KFC. Let's see. And yeah, pretty long line. It's a vacation day in Jamaica right now, so most businesses are closed except for like maybe restaurants and like particular tourist attractions, but everything is pretty much closed out. So we got the food. Let me show you my food. It's what?
Zaga so, Zaga now, yeah, zig it, yo, let's do this. Bum bed, bum floor against wall. We sex them all till them call me. And the girls them sugar that's all. Welcome the king of the dance hall. Bum bed, bum floor against wall. We sex them all till them call me. And the girls them sugar that's all. Welcome the king of the dance hall. Hello, meet body girl. Play with him here. Catch it now, give me no icky girl. Don't you dare. Get the stiffy. Remove your underwear and make me ram it, stick it, jam it without. Y'all forget sex down. Who that ask me why? Can it be ask me question a Frankie guy? Some fatty. So how you a act so shy? Me no beg kitty but me da like a blind. Why? Just raise your foot up high. Cause I believe you can fly straight to the sky. Between him and me, between your thighs. Me no Batman, I've been a robbing guy. If you and I ever not to die, not shy. When me stab it then you reply. Bite your lips and close your eyes. Cause come bed, come floor against wall. We sex them all till them call me. And the girls them sugar that's all. Welcome the king of the dance hall. One bed, one floor against wall. We sex them all till them call me. And the girls them sugar that's all. Welcome the king of the dance hall. Come here pretty girl. Your body shape so good.
Thank you. Can I be your girl?
I think you're cool, but I don't want to be misunderstood. I don't want no girl without the pretty face. I want the thinking and the bass and the body with the shape and the cherry with the taste and the sound and the bass and the bass and the murder on your face. This face. This is no sitting place. Me stand up and read, no bow down and taste. Me no run down now and no chicken chase. If you know the sex limit stop at 68. Me dey airport away. For some y'all we afraid, cause the whole of them the fish a run down me body bay. Natural baby juice and not concentrate. You never know what's up the love Dr. Gray. Bum bed, bum floor against wall. We sex them all till them call me. And the girls them sugar that's all. Welcome the king of the dance hall. Bum bed, bum floor against wall. We sex them all till them call me. And the girls them sugar that's all. Welcome the king of the dance hall.
Just let me know. This is a shrimp patty.
In terms of the pasta, apparently.
So this is video editing Brit. We are months removed from Jamaica. Like, it is June 7th. I got back, and honestly, I had to reset myself. I got back to America at the beginning of April, and I've just been trying to put myself back on routine. So that means getting back into my gym routine, because as you can see in the video, I let go. But then after I came back from Jamaica, it's almost as if, like, I don't know, a lot of parts of me changed when I came back. The way in which I saw the things that I had, like physical materialistic things, was completely different. I became really detached with having things, and I think that has to do more so with the way in which I was traveling rather than Jamaica itself. Jamaica was just a place in which I was able to experience that. But specific to the vlog that we're talking to, because this is a 2-part series, I will only be posting 2 videos in regards to my stay in Jamaica. This first half was more so in tune with my day-to-day life in Jamaica, which involved me kind of just being at home, just chilling, you know, at my friend's house, and then like going into the city and just like, you know, going downtown and just like doing whatever, and a little bits and pieces of things here and there, and a lot of day trips as well. So I think the first thing I'm going to talk about is the funeral in Trelawny. So the trip to Trelawny, honestly, I didn't feel, like I said, I didn't want to film too much of it because it was such a sensitive time for everybody, and you know, like, you know, the matriarch of the family passed away, so I didn't want to pull out this big old Canon camera and put up in everybody's face. But I did record a couple of images on the phone, and you know, Trelawny, and I know a lot of people watching this video may be looking for travel recommendations. So in regards to Trelawny, unless you're looking for like a country, slow, dim lifestyle, I wouldn't recommend. You know, people who go to Trelawny and travel to Trelawny mainly have family there, or they're going to Falmouth, which is a little bit more developed and accommodates the tourist more. But unless you're looking for a country vibe, a real farming lifestyle vibe, is Trelawny a place that I would recommend to go? No, unless you're looking for a country vibe. But if you are looking for it, it's a perfect place to go. You know, my family, we own farmland out there. Trelawny's known for, what is it, producing yam and something else, I can't remember, but a lot of yam. I know it's cockpit country, so it's a perfect place to breed yam. But yeah, so the drive to Trelawny, the drive to Trelawny was really bumpy. So yeah, it's country road, so it's underdeveloped road, and you know, Jamaica's, you know, as beautiful as many people think it is, and it is a beautiful country, period, because I come from a beautiful place. Jamaica is underdeveloped when it comes to its overall infrastructure. I know that they're slowly but surely developing, but they're taking years, but nonetheless though, they're surely developing. But in terms of going to Trelawny, it is a lot of bumpy road. You are literally half of the time driving on the side of a cliff, but it is a beautiful drive nonetheless. As you can see in the first shot that I gave you all, it was, you know, a lot of scenic views, but really you're just gonna have a lot of scenic views. But yeah, Trelawny was a vibe. Again, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't nothing crazy. We just had the service, then we had the burial, and then we had I don't even know what the terminology would be, but we basically had a family reunion. You know how people wait till someone passes away to have a family reunion? Yeah, that's what we did. The next part that I want to talk about is Margaritaville. Well, my whole experience on the day trip in the grill with my friend Jody. Margaritaville is just it's just a place to catch a quick day vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go there to eat. They have a DJ playing music. You have the workers, you know, bringing the vibes and, like, you know, catering to you and your needs. And then you have the water activities. You have a lot of beach businesses, i.e. boats and like parasailing and, like, you know, water-based companies out in 7 Mile. And you know, that's really how Margaritaville really, you know, attracts a lot of people as far as I can see. I think you have the catamaran that runs from there too. They pick a lot of people up and they bring them to Rick's Cafe, but we'll get into Rick's later on. Margaritaville in itself was a vibe. It was a cute little vibe. I went there several times when I was in Jamaica, but the footage that you all saw was the first time that I went there, and it was cool. It wasn't nothing that, like, caught my eye. Honestly, like, you know, it was just water. It was just a beach day, like literally. Jody and I, we put our stuff down and we went into the water, and obviously I was not pulling my camera out in the water. My phone and my camera was left back at the seats that we had reserved. But yeah, so we just went into the water. The water is beautiful. The sand is refined. Doesn't feel like and it's very shallow as well. So like, if you don't know how to swim, you should be fine just standing there. If you do know how to swim, you just got to go out further. But I think that they put perimeters big around it, so you don't go out too far, or you know where it gets really deep and they just can't help you. In terms of the actual place, Margaritaville, not the water, the food, Margaritaville is a tourist attraction. You get me? They're not looking to amplify Jamaican culture at Margaritaville. Does that make sense? They're trying to accommodate to the taste buds of tourists, right? So the food at Margaritaville, honestly, it is not authentic Jamaican food. Not that they can't cook it, and I'm pretty sure they may have specials in which they do cook it. But when I went there 3 times, and no, it's not there. But I'll let y'all know about a spot that I went to in the grill. Perfect spot to go to for authentic Jamaican food. In terms of the prices of the food, honestly, I would not recommend to buy food from Margaritaville. Not that it's terrible, but I feel like for the price and for the vacation that you're probably going on, get the food where else. Yeah, in terms of the price to get into Margaritaville, I don't know. So my day trip to Margaritaville was hosted by a domestic Jamaican traveling group designated for Jamaicans. The reason why I chose to go that route in terms of my day trips while I was staying in Jamaica for 2.5 months was because I wanted a very local experience, because I know, as a Jamaican, I know that whenever you go the tourist route, first and foremost, you're gonna get the highest price. You're gonna be priced astronomically high. And additionally, I just felt more comfortable, you know, residing with my people. So I just went that route. Oh yeah, and for the water sports, so outside of the trampoline and the horse rocky thingy, like they offer parasailing, they offer like typical boat rides and stuff like that. What I will say though, and I found this blasphemous myself, what I will say is that if you, for instance, parasailing may run you like $120 up, and I'm giving grace with saying $120, okay? I'm giving grace because I'm pretty sure it was like $150. So keep USD, not JMD, USD. It will cost you more than $120 to go parasailing on Margaritaville. And the reason why I say that price is not just parasailing as well, but any other activities that include a boat, it will cost you a little bit more. The reason that I'm saying that is because you have to understand the people that's running those boat businesses are regular everyday Jamaican people, and cost of living in Jamaica honestly is stupid high, like ridiculously high. So I don't fault them for charging the amount that they do, but simultaneously as a consumer, I am cautious of how much I do spend in terms of my experiences. And I wasn't too taken aback with the whole idea of parasailing anyways. I wasn't hyped up for it, if I'm being quite honest, because I know if, like, for instance, if I went to like Tanzania or South Africa or some other place, I can get it for a cheaper price. So that's why I wasn't like bent on parasailing in Jamaica. Like, I wasn't bent on it. But outside of parasailing though, like, again, other water activities, like I think that one of the other activities that they have in Margaritaville is like they have these like little seats attached to the boat, and they start speeding the boat and you're basically on it the whole time that they're doing that. That I believe costs within the same price range. It's not worth it, in my opinion. You may think it's worth it, and if you want to spend that money because it doesn't do any, you know, it doesn't mean much to you, then please go ahead and spend that money. But because I was living such a local experience in Jamaica, nothing wowed me to the point that I felt the need to spend more than X amount of dollars on an activity. I really didn't, especially because before that I was in South Africa and I already lived life there. I wasn't really like, you know, enthused to do X, Y, and Z activity while I was in Jamaica. So just keep that in mind, please. Like, please keep that in mind. The cons about Margaritaville, the one thing I would say, if you're like a relatively attractive person, man or a woman, specifically let me just talk to women, you will be approached. You are going to be approached. Don't go there thinking that you can hide, because you can't, because they're gonna find you. And if you're a man who has a woman who look good, just know when you're not looking, they're gonna approach her too. So keep that in mind. Keep your eyes on your woman, because they're going to try to take her. The next part that I want to talk about is Rick's Cafe. Now, Rick's Cafe, like Margaritaville, I went to several times when I was in Jamaica. You know, Rick's Cafe is a known tourist destination in Jamaica. Like, everybody, whoever, especially if you go to Negril, you got to go to Rick's. Now, my biggest piece of advice in going to Rick's, first and foremost, I think it's free entry to get into Rick's. I believe. Don't quote me. I believe it is. I think all they do is that they check your bags before you walk into Rick's Cafe. They check your bags for liquids and obviously firearms. They don't allow drinks. So if you have any water or anything, you can't bring it in. If you have any food or anything, you can't bring it in. But yeah. Go to Rick's on a Sunday and make sure you get there between 1:30 to 5 p.m. If you want to really turn up with the crowd, make sure you get there earlier, between 1:30 and like 3. But if you really want to be there and just like get in, make sure you get there between 1:30 to like 5. The reason I say 1:30 to 5 is because a lot of people come to Rick's because the way that it is placed, they get the most beautiful view of the sunset. And so a lot of people who are even at Rick's in the first place are, like I said, tourists. It's a tourist destination. And a lot of the tourists that comes to Rick, they're coming off of the catamaran. It's a big boat. It's a huge boat. The catamaran would like post up there and the tourists will come and they vibe out. And then after the sun sets, which is I believe at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, they get on the boat and they depart. If you get to Rick's Cafe after 6 o'clock, you might as well just go home. Again, my opinion. I don't think there's any sense in being at Rick's after 6:30. Because a lot of people only go there for the sunset to catch that vibe. And then after the sunset, them go home. Like literally, it's empty. Like I was there. One time when I was in Jamaica, I was there after 6:30. And it was like, ain't nobody. It was only like old folk who didn't want to go home. That's really what it was. That's really what it was. The DJ started playing whole different sounds, and yeah. Make sure you get a good spot in the front so you can get. I would advise, in terms of seating, again, it depends on where you want to be at. If you want to get a good shot of the sunset at Rick's, then I would say make sure you are on the upper right hand side, but where the DJ is. On the upper right hand side where the DJ is. If you're ever going to go to Rick's, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. You want to make sure you are on the right side of the vicinity to make sure you get the best view of the sunset. But again, as you can see, I didn't care about the sunset, because girl, I've seen the sunset many a times. Okay, I was not caught up in that. I was just there for the food and for the vibes, for real. In terms of what is there to do at Rick's Cafe, eat and literally catch a vibe, and you can swim. So as you can see in the video, me and my friend Jody, we had went down a bunch of stairs, which then leads to like a jump off point for people who want to jump into the ocean. Now anybody can jump. And there's a lifeguard there, but there's no railings, so don't go too close to the edge if you can't swim. And if you can't swim but you don't want to swim in the ocean, yeah, don't go too close. You can stay on the entry level, and then there should be a diving a diving board right to the left of the vicinity, and then there's a lifeguard there and you can dive off from there too. A lot of guys were diving off from there. So yeah, when you enter Rick's Cafe, on the left hand side there is a lounge area. There's like a mini pool, and then you have some seats and you have some like cabanas, and yeah, a lot of people were there too. I wasn't over there because I wanted to be where the mix was. I wanted to be where the hype was at, okay? And so you can go over there too. Is there a price? Is there a price attached to the lounging areas? I don't know, you know, because I wasn't there. I really don't know. I really don't know. Now, in terms of like the main stage and the performances, literally it is just the DJ and the dancers doing them thing. That's it. Just the DJ and the dancers doing them thing, and they do pull people out the crowd. They do pull people out the crowd, and they also have contests, and you can win things. I didn't participate in any of it because I was lit, and I did not want to be lit on camera in front of nobody else, period. Now, in terms of the eating area and the food and stuff, so this is a little mixy because I know a couple of people who live in a grill and stuff like that, and like they're just like the food at Rick's is trash. Straight up, they're just like, it's not good. They've had better elsewhere, and I'm not gonna lie, you can find better food elsewhere. Like if you go to Rick's, nobody goes to Rick's for the food. Their menu is not catered to dine the Jamaican authentic experience with the curry goat and with the oxtail and with the yam and the bami and no, that's not the food that's there. You got ribs, you got chicken wings, you got onion rings. Like, that's not Jamaican food. But again, the menu is there to cater towards tourists, and that's the truth. Like, that's like, and you would think that tourists would want to experience the authenticity of the island that they're at, but they don't want to. So keep that in mind if you go to Rick's. And there's a lot of people that don't like ackee and sawfish. There's a lot of people that don't like, you know, curry goats, and a lot of people that don't like oxtail, which I think you're weird. But I ain't judging. Now, in terms of the price for the food and drinks, I'm not gonna lie. As I said, the same with Margaritaville. Those are tourist prices you're seeing. They want all your money. All right, they want all your money. It's expensive. The one thing that I did want to highlight again, this entire vlog, even though like the time that I captured at Margaritaville and Rick's Cafe with my friend Jody, like we were together. The other times in which I went there alone. I didn't have anyone else there with me. Well, one of the other times I went there, I was alone. I was sitting in the front by myself. I was sitting upstairs by myself. I was down by the on the lower diving edge by myself. Like, I was by myself the entire time, and I wasn't tripping about it. I was talking with other people. I was dancing with other people when I was by myself. Like, yeah, like, I mean, I can do that because I make my own vibe. Like, my vibe most of the time is not predicated on who's around me. It's just how I feel in that moment. I'm gonna have fun if I want to have fun, period. So for solo travelers, you can go to Rick's by yourself. You can go to Margaritaville by yourself. And in terms of safety, going by yourself, these are tourist destinations, so I will say they do go the extra mile to make sure that there is safety. I'm not gonna say that they have big, you know, policemen posted up at the front, and no, they don't have all that. But like I said, at Margaritaville, me and my friend Jody, we left our stuff behind to go in the water, and nobody was washing our stuff, and we came back and all of our stuff is there. Does everyone else have that same experience? I'm pretty sure they don't, but at least for me, none of my stuff was stolen, and nobody was touching on my stuff. You know, that does not mean you roam loosely, but you know where you're at, engage if you can. When I was at Margaritaville and Rick's Cafe, I gauged that I could, so I left, you know, my stuff behind, and I went by myself. Dang, this talking stuff be drying your mouth out. Yeah, Devon House is a staple in Jamaica. Jamaicans and tourists alike go, and we get ice cream, and What can I compare to Devon? First and foremost, I think the ice cream is affordable. I cannot remember in JMD how much it cost though. All I knew is that when they told me the price, I did not get that tingly ooh too much feeling. Yeah, but yeah, the ice creams are good. The ice creams. What can I compare Devon House ice cream to? If you are an American that has went to Cold Stone, it's equivalent to that. If you know what Cold Stone is, and I'm an ice cream fanatic. I love ice cream. That's how I began so big. But Devon House Bakery, and mind you, where I was at in that plaza, you had Devon House ice cream and you had Devon House Bakery, and I think this was in downtown Kingston. What do you call the bakery? I'm not gonna lie. When I went to the bakery and I got my patty, like, I was confused because that's not what a patty looks like typically. That is not a typical Jamaican patty. So when they gave it to me, I'm just like, what? I was expecting, like, you know, my like a flat piece of bread with the crust and the crumbs, but I definitely had crumbs, but it was shaped like a pyramid. But either which way, I ate it. The bakery, they had cake, they had cupcakes, they had different things there. Yeah, they had, you know, it's a bakery. They had cake, cupcakes, they had drinks like sodas and you know pops and stuff like that. I ordered the shrimp patty and a lobster patty. That shrimp, like I said in the video, it was busting. Now, in terms of going there and your safety and going there, in my experience, from when I went there and from what I felt there, I was really safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think there's guards at the entrance too. Like, really safe. Just park your car. You know, go and get your ice cream. Go and get your food from the bakery. You can sit in the plaza center, or you can sit by where the benches are on the outer skirts. You know, but it was a vibe. It was a vibe. Before this 2.5 months in Jamaica, I was in Jamaica like for 1 week in 2018, and that was a sorrowful experience. We're not going to get into that. And before then, the last time before then was when I was leaving Jamaica in 2005. So I don't go to Jamaica frequently. And we can get into that in another video. So obviously, like a lot of people, again, who's watching this video, y'all are probably tourists who are interested in traveling to Jamaica too. Or you just coming across my video looking for vibes. I don't know how you got here, but you're here. No, I was blessed to have been able to travel through Jamaica solo and be safe. I don't know what kind of blessing the Lord, I don't know what kind of hand he had over my life when I was there, but literally, like, I was walking through the streets of Portland by myself and nobody touched me. People approached me, you know, for whatever reasons they may have had, but I was safe. Nobody stole none of my stuff. Nobody came up and, like, you know, really like grip me up and, like, you know, nobody did nothing to me while I was there. But yeah, Jamaica is a very dangerous country. Don't get it twisted. Like, I know that a lot of people like go to Jamaica and like, you know, yeah, it's Jamaica, you gotta turn up, you gotta have fun, da 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 da. But keep your head on straight when you're in Jamaica. It's a very dangerous country, and it's my country, and it saddens me that I have to say that, but it's, you know, I would be doing y'all a disservice by not saying that. Like, I, again, travel through Jamaica by myself. What I tell people who are not from Jamaica to do that, honestly, it depends. I'm gonna leave y'all here with, if you're gonna travel to Jamaica by yourself, would I recommend? No. Did I do it? Yes. I know that's contradictory, so what? The reason I even stayed in Jamaica for 2.5 months is because, like, honestly, I'm being completely raw and honest with y'all. Spiritually, it felt like I was called to go back home. Spiritually. And the fact that, you know, my country is such a dangerous place and I still felt so safe. Violence, especially violence against women in Jamaica, is like through the roof, bro. It's through the roof. Like, there's so many stories, and y'all could look. Yeah, actually, that's one of my other biggest pieces of advice is, like, before y'all go to any country, not just Jamaica, like, make sure you go look up news articles from news outlets in that country before you visit. Because, for instance, in Jamaica, like this, literally, it's like another woman is killed every day in Jamaica. Like, it's a very common thing to happen, and the fact, again, that I was able to walk around my country by myself with no man, no woman next to me, and not experience any unsafe situations, relatively unsafe situations. I'm blessed to have say that I made it back home. I'm blessed to have say I made it back home. I wasn't in Jamaica for a week staying at a resort hotel, I was in the streets. I was in the streets living life. Yeah. So I'm really blessed to have been able to say I wasn't robbed. I wasn't touched in any way. I wasn't, burdened by my people. And I thank everyone who, allowed me to be next to them, like when I did encounter them, because there's many people that I met in Jamaica that complete strangers to me, like ushered me through there. Many men, complete strangers, approached me. I turned them down. They still said, where do you need to go? I'll help you get there. Trusted the Lord, and I got where I needed to go. So, and I didn't have to do anything in return for a service. I didn't, because I know a lot of people think like that. I didn't have to do anything in return for a service. Literally, I paid my way through Jamaica by myself out of my own pocket without having to do anything extra on top to get what I needed. And I'm thankful that I'm here. But yeah, my experience in Jamaica was completely lovely. So this is the first half of a 2-part series. The second half I'll be posting within the next week or two. If you have any questions, I'm sorry, I'm geeked up. If you have any questions about anything that you've seen in this vlog, please do not be afraid to comment, and most importantly, subscribe to your girl. Subscribe, because after this Jamaica series is done, we're posting our South African series, because like I said, I was traveling the world from December to beginning of April. Yeah, I was gone for a long time, but I'm back. Also, follow me on Instagram at hercodename. I have 2 reels up. I'm gonna put my last one up as well, and those reels have the specifics on literally everything I did in Jamaica, because a lot of the footage y'all are seeing here, like, is not everything I did in Jamaica. So if you want to see literally everything with the names and the places and my recommendations, please go and follow hercodename on Instagram. Make sure you post your comments, subscribe, like, yeah, judge me if you want, because I know it looks crusty in this vlog, but I'm human. I don't look good all the time, and it's all right. Because I'm saying that because I was judging myself when I was editing this vlog, because I'm just like, girl, you should at least just like combed your hair a little bit. But we getting it raw. We getting it real raw and uncut right now. But yeah, make sure you go follow me on Instagram, and if you have any questions, you can also DM me on Instagram, and I'll try my best to answer it in my Portland Mobay /Negro vlog. Let me know if y'all like the video, and yeah, stay blessed. Thank you. Mwah.